Hello and welcome. If this is your first time here, I'm Garth Allen. This is Racing News Now, and we are joined today by the newest winner in the ARCA Series West, winner of Saturdays at Napa 150 from All American Speedway, Mr. Cole Moore. How's it going today, man?
It's going great. It's a great Monday. Just like we were talking, it feels great to go into your week with a win.
Definitely. So expand on that a little bit. What's it feel like to finally get that monkey off your back and have race winner in front of your name now?
It's a huge weight off my shoulders, just competing and being my second year, not having to win. It definitely was a huge weight on me, psychologically, just to be a race winner, huge weight off my shoulders. So going into Vegas in a couple weeks, I think we got another level of confidence for sure.
So let's look at this race now. And you seem to definitely be the fastest car in this race by far. Did you learn something from this race last year? You finished fifth in this race last year. So is there something that you picked up from this track in this race last year that you carried over to this race now and just had more confidence? Or what was the difference between last year and this year at Roseville?
Well, if you watch the race from last year, I actually led, I think, a race high of laps. We ended up getting wrecked at the end, but yeah, with it being my home track, I think I actually have some lines there that nobody really does. If you watch the race from this Saturday night, I was running the top pretty much the whole race, which is unorthodox for a short track, without a lot of banking. But I just have a sweet spot in 1 and 2 really, and it allowed me to maintain speed and momentum while also saving my tire the whole time. So yeah, when I got down to the bottom, my car was actually it definitely wasn't subpar, but we were probably equal to everybody. And it was certainly hard on the tire coming off the bottom of 2. So I was just able to save tire and like I said, keep my momentum going. And that really is what got the job done for us.
Well, and actually, yeah, I had noticed that at one point because Charlie on the broadcast had mentioned, oh, Cole washed up in 1 and 2. He's in that second groove. And I watched a couple laps and I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure he's actually meaning to be in that second groove. And it seems like you were really making some speed up there.
Yeah. It's got, you have to drive into the corner high, which feels unorthodox, and you just get up there and there's banking and there's grip. And you catapult off of turn 2, and it gives you just a great run down that back straightaway. And I just used it to my advantage. Once I got into second, I was at the time, the first time I got into second, Joey East was leading, and about 40 laps into the race, I stopped doing second gear restarts and I started doing third gear restarts. We were kind of bogging out, but I was just holding the brake super hard and pushing on the gas super hard to get the RPMs wound up. And that was a game changer because I was getting a lot of tire spin early on. But we got the restarts figured out and just kind of maintained. I know Jake got us for a second with like 25 to go. He got me on one of the restarts, but I didn't let that happen again.
So we were talking before we started here about how you've been so close so many times this year to getting that first win. Sonoma comes to mind, second Portland race, and you mentioned Evergreen as well when we were talking. What was the difference to finally be able to get it done here at Roseville versus those races earlier in the season? Is it just slowly, methodically getting more experience and it just finally boiled over into that win, or was it something else?
I think the races this year that we weren't able to pull off, there was just a lot of adversity. Like Evergreen came down to a bad set of tires at the break. I had a straightaway lead first half, and then we put 4 new tires on and dropped back like a rock. So that's just a racing deal, with Portland. We got kind of moved out of the way. We had a mechanical, came back, got a penalty, had to come through the field again. And then Sonoma, I would say I was just really going for it. and we got taken out. So it's just, these races are hard to win. They're really hard to win. You know, people underestimate it.
Well, I have a theory on why it was this one and not the others. I think it was that red paint scheme, because you haven't run that earlier this season, have you?
No, first time with the red paint scheme. I really liked it myself.
Yeah. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know how superstitious you are, but maybe you're going to have to run that the last 2 races of the year.
We'll for sure have the red paint scheme in Vegas. I think for Phoenix, we'll probably be going back to the adaptive 1 paint scheme with the blue car.
Okay. Well, what happens if you win Vegas though? Do you become if I can talk, superstitious and maybe change it for Phoenix?
Maybe, for sure. Yeah, I really like Vegas. It's one of my favorite tracks. So I feel great going into that race.
Well, let's look forward now to these upcoming races of Vegas and Phoenix, with the 2 races left this season. Now that you've got that monkey off your back, they always say the wins come easier after that first one. How confident are you going into these last 2 races that you can win 2 more now and end out the season with 2 more wins?
For sure, Vegas. I mean, you know, it's going to be the same guys in Vegas. I know what I have to do there. I know what I need to be fast in Vegas. You know, you got to be able to really just get off the bottom of the corner and drive straight off the corner. That's the main thing there. So we'll be dialed in practice, and just go out there and make sure my racecraft is on point, and just gonna have to beat Jake Drew. I mean, that's really what it's been all year, and his teammate. So we'll get it done. I'm confident. Phoenix is a whole nother animal, with the combination of the ARCA National Series. So realistically, going into that race, a win is probably unlikely, just because we probably won't be running an Elmore motor, and just those guys have a lot of experience on the mile, with the equipment and the drivers. But you never know. I've been strong my last 2 runs at Phoenix. I've actually beat a lot of the national guys, so you never know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all I got for you. So, Cole, thanks for joining us today. Congratulations on that win, and good luck at Vegas and Phoenix coming up here in a couple weeks.
Thank you, Garth.